Dustin, let's kick things off as we always do, getting some state updates here. And let's start off with Massachusetts.
Yeah, all eyes start with Massachusetts right now. It is the only state really that's still in session and actively considering online sports betting legislation. The state is the legislature is supposed to wrap up on Sunday. And man, there's just been a deluge of news around sports betting. So you always where there's smoke, there's fire. There's stuff going on behind the scenes in Massachusetts. The latest is that the governor of the state there, Charlie Baker, said on Thursday in a scrum with reporters that he really he hopes this bill makes it to his desk and that he can sign it, which is certainly good news. He's been a proponent of this for some time. But we still have this divide between the House and the Senate that's going on in the background. We've talked about this more than once. I know Senate has approved a bill that does not allow college sports betting at all. The House has passed one without. There are other differences in those two bills. We've also seen casino execs send a letter out urging for passage of this. We saw another group in the state looked like asking for it. Like there is a lot of pressure right now, a trade group that has a lot of businesses there. And of course, this is the home of DraftKings. It remains sticking out like a sore thumb that DraftKings has not been able to help get this across the finish line. They are a major employer in Boston and have just gotten through everything in Boston, and it's weird for them that they are, they've been the leaders in sports betting so far and can't do it in their home state of Massachusetts where everything's going on. So a lot of moving parts. We don't work a whole lot of weekends over here, but I know we're going to be following this over the weekend to see if a compromise can be hammered out and that if sports betting can get across the finish line in Massachusetts in the next couple of days.
You love when I do this to you, Dustin. You're handicapping this. How big of an underdog would you say this is?
I'd say it's still an underdog, man. Plus, but not a huge one. I'm going to go with plus 150 to get done.
Okay.
We just don't know what's going on. Again, all this pressure belies that this has a chance, right? Like if you wouldn't see people actively putting letters together and trying to push for this if there wasn't a chance of this. If it was done, everybody had said, took their toys and went home. I think we'd already know that. So this is on the table. There is pressure, again, all the way up to the governor's office saying, let's get this done. Does that mean it will get done? Absolutely not. We don't really have a sense of what the compromise is going to be. And I'll argue that, not that you shouldn't legalize sports betting if you're not going to legalize college sports, but you're creating a bad product. You're just sending people offshore to continue to bet on the college sports. You might as well get that into the light and regulate it in the U.S. So, somebody's following it a little more closely, like Mike or Matt on our team, would probably make it a little longer, I'm guessing, if they were the ones here, but you can get down a DG Sportsbook at plus 150.